Hello and welcome to Middle-Aged Geek Girl. I'm Sally. Today I have some goodies that were kindly sent to me from Biggest Craft. So let's check out what I got. First of all, I have a cross-stitch kit here that's a Joy Sunday brand, and it's a school bag with moonflowers. There's a lot in this series. I just chose this one because I loved the image and the colors. It's 14 count, 18 by 22 centimeters. So we'll check it out. So it really was tough to decide which one I wanted because there are some really nice combinations and color combinations, but this one, as I said, is moonflowers. That's the image there, really quite pretty. Looking at it, there is 4 types of stitches needed in this one, and there's 32 colors in total. So you've got 31 colors are used for full stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors used in half stitch, 1 color for French knot, and 5 colors for back stitch. And yes, my favorite color is included. That might have been why I swayed to this one, hoping that there would be a 666 in it, and there is. But there is your chart. So it only comes on one page because the canvas itself, as you can see here, is not massive. I mean, there does look like there's a lot of stitching in this one, and as you can see there, but remembering some of that background is going to be half stitch. So it shouldn't, you know, be too overpowering, or overwhelming, I should say, not overpowering. But yeah, nicely detailed chart. There is the actual canvas, and it is stitched off. And it does, as I said, look very busy because there's a lot of stitching to it. But again, being that some of it's half stitch, going back to the actual image, a lot of that background, if not, in fact, all of that background is half stitch, which is not going to be too challenging at all. For me, the only thing that might be challenging is the French knots, which again, if you're not very comfortable in doing French knots, you can just make them full stitches, put a little bead on it, or if you don't think it really matters, don't even put them on at all. That's completely up to you, the stitcher. But when it's a busy chart like that, or canvas like that, that's why I always find these charts really helpful. But it is printed nicely, and yeah, can't see any issues with that one at all. And we will look at the colors. There's your needles, as always. You've got them attached to the card, and there's 2. So there's colors 31 and 32. So that's just your stark white and your black, and they will be used, I imagine, for the back stitching and any highlighting or outlining that needs to be done. There is colors 1 to 15. Oh, get them. I always do that, don't I? Get them out of frame. There is that gorgeous 666. Nice orange there. And 606 is a nice red too. That's more your Christmas red. That's slightly darker. But there's some nice reds and oranges in that. And colors 16 to 30. So you don't need a lot of strands of each color because it's not a very big canvas, but there's definitely a lot of color, which means there's going to be a lot of detail in that. So yeah, I was always really happy with that canvas. Not a concern with Joy Sunday at all. So I'm going to pop this one aside, and we will look at this frame. So I might have to do some camera adjustments because I've got to set it up. If I remember correctly what I ordered, it should be a frame that sits on your desk to help you stitch, and I thought it would be good in helping if I want to do some whip and chats with cross stitch.
A few moments later.
So it is all pipes, as you can see, with elbows to help you. Not elbow as in the Australian Prime Minister. You probably only understand that if you know Australian politics. Our Prime Minister is Anthony Albanese, but with Australians you call everybody by a nickname, so he's Elbow. With an A, not an E. I'm just waffling here as I sort these little tubes. So it looks like you've got some like sticker on that one. So it literally is PVC piping that they just cut up to make a frame with. So you could probably even make these yourself, to be honest, if you had your local hardware store here in Australia. Mostly Bunnings, but there is also Home Hardware, Mitre 10. I'm not affiliated with any of them, so I don't want to just say Bunnings. But Bunnings is the one everyone goes to because they have a sausage sizzle. And we love a sausage sizzle in Australia. So, yeah. Still waffling. But as you can see, the piping is literally PVC piping cut up. And you put it together, but I'm just going to have another look in this envelope. No, absolutely no instructions whatsoever on how you're supposed to put this together. So A, do I have all of the parts? I've got no idea. I'm going to assume that they're all there. B, how do I put this together? Again, I've got no idea. There is nothing here to tell me what the heck I'm supposed to do with it. So that's my first big part of the feedback here. Put some instructions in, please, so we know what we're supposed to be doing with these. This means nothing to me. I generally don't know what I'm supposed to be doing because I generally can't remember what the frame was that I ordered. So I'm going to have to pause the video again, go to my emails, see if I can bring up a photo of the actual item and see if I can build it with you all so you know whether or not it's worth for you to get. One moment.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So that was the image I looked at there to make sure I had all the parts. So yeah, I can confirm that all of the parts are there. Now I'm just trying to work out. That's the best image I can use on how to build it. Because all the other images show examples of when it's got like, as you can see, what to do when you've got an actual thing attached to it. It says easy assembly. No need for other tools to assemble. All right, so we're going to use this image. I'm going to put my iPad here. I'm not going to edit this part out. I might speed it up a bit just so it's not too boring, but I want to show on camera assembling it so that if you want to get this, you know that you can do it yourself. But let's see how we go. Going to start with the bottom bit. So you need obviously your 4 corners for the bottom bit, this for your middle bit. Okay, so far fairly easy and straightforward to pop it together, being able to look at the image, but again, instructions would have been really good because I've had to bring out the iPad and work it out from there. Now I build things, so I don't have too much of an issue with looking at the image to looking at this to see what it's supposed to be, but not everybody is going to have that skill. So I really think they should include instructions. That is my feeling on that. Very strong feeling on that. And also I feel that they should clean all the cuts because this is quite dirty. I'm going to have to wipe it all down. I could have wiped all the parts down before I built it, but I will do it later. Now, again, here is the base part of it, but you've got these, which, again, without instructions, you might not know what to do with these. I've worked it out. You obviously have to put these in here so that you can attach this part when you build the top frame. And this gives it then a rotational so that you can put that top frame any way you want. But again, if you don't know without instructions, how are you going to work that out? I'm not saying people are dumb. I'm just saying everyone is programmed differently. We don't all understand this sort of stuff the same way. There are certain things that, like, I don't understand that people do in crafting circles. So yeah, that's why I really think it's important to have instructions. Whoop. And also it seems to be in some parts a bit loose. So I'm going to just build this frame, the smaller frame, independent before I hook it up to the big thing. right, move the iPad out of the way. So here it is. That's your base frame. And here is your top frame, which you would then attach. And it is a bit loose, like some of these parts seem to want to fall apart as such. So, okay, here we go. Now what it says to do, I'm really trying to squish this together because this is falling apart a lot, which is not going to be very helpful at all when you're working on a cross stitch. So that is a loose, look at this, yep. You're gonna have to have some strong hands to really make sure you squish all this together so it doesn't fall apart on you. But it does turn, sorry the camera's not any better than it is, I've got it up as high as I can go. But just to show you, so it does turn. You have to use bulldog clips to attach your canvas, which I don't have on me at the moment. I've got to get some because it's quite a thick pole, so you need to make sure you got bulldog clips that are thick enough. But yeah, the idea is that so I can say stitch at my desk, stitch here. I don't know how that part's going to work yet, but if I wanted to do like a whip and story time here whilst cross stitching instead of just doing it with diamond painting or something, that was why I got this, to see how it would work. And look, it works for what it says it's meant to do because that is loose enough that you can move it. You can't really anchor it down, so it will move a lot while you're cross stitching. It is a bit loose, the pipe does come out, so you need a bit of strength to push it together. This might be something that's practical for you, it might not. So I wanted to try it out to see how it would work, and there you go, it just keeps falling apart. There's a number of things that could have come to help better, like instructions. Be a bit cleaner and a bit tighter. Like, you don't want it super tight because you need to be able to move things, but anytime you move things it's just falling apart. So not that happy with it, to be honest. Would I recommend it? No. No, I wouldn't, because the more I play with it, it's just come apart there too. The more I touch it, the more it's falling apart. And if you're going to be using a cross stitch on it, yeah, I don't think it's going to hold up very well. And I am not weak, and I've pushed them together really quite tightly, and it's just, again, a bit too loose. That I understand it has to be loose enough to pull apart and pack away, but also not loose that it collapses like it's been doing. So yeah, the more I play with it, the more I think I'm not going to use it. Definitely not use it for doing a whip and chat. I'll have to look for another alternative, but that's why I do these PR reviews, so I can practice on these things or play with these things and let you know honestly what I think of them. So having this one just fall apart, I don't see it's going to hold up any better when a canvas is on it, so I probably would not use this. I can't see me using it. That's a shame, but again, I didn't spend any money on it, so I can't complain in that regard. That's my honest feedback. But thank you all for watching, and thank you to Biggest Craft for sending these through. Biggest Craft don't manufacture these, obviously, they sell them on their website, but if you want to give feedback to the manufacturers, Biggest Craft, yeah, this needs a lot of work on it before I think it's going to be a good item to use. It's just falling apart, it's dirty, it doesn't come with instructions. It needs to be reevaluated, I think, if you're going to keep selling it. But that's my opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I love to hear from you, and I always respond. I mean, don't forget this kit. This kit is beautiful. No problems with this kit at all. What do you think of it? Let me know. If this is your first time watching my channel, or if you've watched a few and haven't done so already, please subscribe. Hit that like button and also the notification bell. It helps out with the channel, and I truly appreciate that. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, I do have a Ko-fi and a Patreon account set up, and the details are up here on screen. But that will do it for this video. I'm going to pull this one apart and put it back in that packet and work out what I want to do with it. Yeah, Yeah, I probably will do nothing with it. I'll work something out. But anyway, until next time, please stay safe, stay weird, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.